Capture attention instantly, create emotional resonance, and introduce the idea of training your brain while you sleep. It's 2 a.m. The cold blue light of a phone screen reflects on Alex's tired face. His eyes are red, half open, yet his thumb keeps scrolling. Video after video. Soundtrack, faint notification dings, restless breaths, the soft hum of night. Every night, Alex told himself just one more video. But one more always turned into hours. Finally, Alex collapses into sleep. The screen fades to black. Inside his head, a cartoonish animation, tiny neurons panicking, electrical sparks flickering, signals clashing. The brain looks like a storm of static and noise. Inside his brain, chaos. Too much information, confused signals crashing into each other. Alex was asleep, but his brain wasn't resting. Morning light seeps in. Alex wakes up, dark circles, heavy head, eyes unfocused. He drinks coffee, opens his laptop, yawns again and again. Every morning felt the same. The fog, the fatigue, the frustration. He couldn't think clearly. He couldn't focus. And he began to wonder, is there a way to wake up smarter instead of exhausted? The screen darkens. A soft glow blooms around Alex's head, neurons slowly lighting up, repairing, reconnecting. The storm calms into smooth, glowing patterns. And then Alex discovered something remarkable. You can actually train your brain to get smarter while you sleep, if you know exactly what to do before you close your eyes. Text fades in on screen. Night habits that make you smarter while you sleep. Build empathy and understanding. Show, through visuals and science, why our nighttime habits silently damage the brain. Split screen. On the left, Alex's chaotic night, scrolling through screens, eating snacks, switching from videos to work emails. The blue glow of his phone flickers across his tired face. On the right, a brain activity monitor lights up wildly, neurons firing without pause. Your brain doesn't shut down when you sleep. In fact, that's when it goes to work, cleaning, repairing, and learning from everything you've lived that day. Inside the brain, an animation of tiny brain janitor cells sweeping away waste, fixing broken connections. Then, the image flickers back to Alex staring at his screen, the blue light burning his eyes. On-screen graphic, cortisol/melatonin. But when you overload your brain before bed with screens, stress, sugar, or endless scrolling, it never gets the chance to rest. Neurons spark chaotically, signals collide, the brain glows red with activity. Cortisol surges, melatonin drops. Cut to Alex tossing and turning, unable to settle into deep sleep. Instead of resting, your brain keeps fighting through chaos. Neural circuits can't rebuild. Memories aren't stored properly, and new brain cells never get the chance to grow. Morning. Alex wakes up, rubbing his eyes, shoulders slumped. Inside his brain, dark, tangled connections flicker weakly. You're not tired because you slept too little. You're tired because your brain never truly rested. All night, it was still cleaning the mess you left behind. Close up on Alex's eyes, dull, foggy. A soft light begins to appear, signaling possibility. The brain animation starts to calm, neurons glowing evenly. But here's the good news. With just a few small changes before you sleep, you can teach your brain to learn faster, remember longer, and wake up truly refreshed. Fade to black. Text on screen, your night shapes your mind. Introduce the first key habit, reducing screen exposure before sleep, blending emotion, storytelling, and neuroscience in a calm, inspiring tone. Nighttime, 9 p.m. Alex sits at his desk, phone glowing in the dark. He opens his alarm app and types, "Digital sunset, 9 p.m." A soft chime rings. He takes a deep breath and sets his phone face down. Alex began with one simple rule. He called it the digital sunset. Every night at 9 p.m., his devices rested before he did. Alex turns off the TV, closes his laptop, and draws the curtains. Warm yellow light fills the room. No notifications, no noise, just the soft sound of paper as he opens a book. Just one screen-free hour, no emails, no scrolling, no blue light sneaking into his eyes. Because blue light tells your brain a lie, that it's noon, not night. Brain animation, blue light hitting the eyes, pineal gland shuts down melatonin. Then, as screens go dark, the brain dims, melatonin levels rise, neurons glow softly. With just 60 minutes away from screens, the brain begins to release melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep, sleep deeper, and strengthen memory. On-screen text, melatonin equals memory plus focus. Alex sits quietly reading, his breathing slows, the room glows in calm amber light. Brain animation, neurons start cleaning up, removing clutter, storing memories. In that silence, the brain shifts modes from processing information to restoring and learning. Everything you read, think, or feel before sleep is quietly organized, becoming the foundation for tomorrow's memory. Alex closes his book, smiles softly, turns off the light, and lies down. Close up of his eyes closing. Neural animation. Melatonin spreads, bright new connections form between neurons. Each night, when you turn off the screens, you're not just shutting down the outside world, you're turning on your inner one. One quiet hour to let your brain grow smarter in its sleep. Fade out. On-screen text, the digital sunset, 1 hour of stillness equals one brain reborn. Teach viewers the second habit, the 10-minute mind unload, to calm mental noise, ease anxiety, and prepare the brain for deeper, smarter sleep. Night continues after the digital sunset. Warm amber light fills Alex's room. He sits at his desk with a small notebook. He opens it, pen in hand, eyes soft but thoughtful. The second change, Alex called it the 10-minute mind unload. Just 10 minutes each night to write down everything in his head, tasks, worries, ideas, unfinished thoughts. Close-up of the pen moving across paper. Words appear. Email boss, pay bill, call mom, start project idea. He writes fast, then slows, finally stops. Alex exhales deeply. A quiet, visible relief. When thoughts move onto paper, they stop spinning inside your mind. The endless lists, the what-ifs, the noise, suddenly they have a place to rest. Brain animation. Before writing, neurons fire chaotically, lightning flashes across networks. After writing, waves calm, signals become smooth and rhythmic. Because when you write, your brain's working memory finally lets go. It no longer has to juggle unfinished thoughts. Instead, it can rest, organize, and heal. Alex closes his notebook, places the pen down. The room feels calm, his face relaxed. Writing before bed reduces anxiety by 27%, Baylor University study. Just 10 minutes of writing can reduce anxiety by nearly 30%, according to researchers at Baylor University. Because your mind no longer has to hold everything overnight. It knows it's been saved right here. Slow motion. Alex closes the notebook and looks out the window. Moonlight reflects softly in his eyes. Brain animation fades in. Neural waves slow down, entering the theta rhythm of deep rest. Sometimes what keeps us awake isn't what happened, but what's still unspoken. And when you write it down, you're telling your mind it's safe now, you can rest. Fade out. On-screen text, empty your mind before bed so your dreams can think for you. Show how learning something before sleep enhances memory and rewires the brain overnight. Night is quiet. A warm desk lamp glows softly. Alex sits on his bed, a book open in his hands. He reads slowly, underlining a few lines with a pencil. Soft ambient music hums in the background. After clearing his mind, Alex added one more ritual, 10 minutes of learning before sleep. Just a few pages of a book, some notes from the day, or sometimes a short, inspiring video. Close up, words on the page fade and transform into a glowing brain animation. Each word Alex reads becomes a spark, traveling into his brain and linking neurons together. The brain does something extraordinary. When you learn right before bed, the hippocampus, the memory center, replays that information during sleep. It strengthens, organizes, and moves it from short-term memory to long-term storage. 3D brain animation, neurons firing together, bridges of light forming between them. On-screen text appears. Neurons that fire together before sleep wire together after sleep. Neurons that fire together before you sleep wire together after you wake. That's how learning works, not through effort, but through repetition in your dreams. Alex closes the book and turns off the lamp. Inside the brain, the hippocampus pulses gently, sending waves of light through neural pathways, like a symphony being recorded. While you rest, your brain keeps working for you. It replays every detail, every idea, every emotion, and turns them into part of who you are. Morning. Sunlight spills through the window. Alex wakes up smiling, opens his notebook, and writes a few new ideas. Neural network visualization. Connections glow brighter, stronger. What you learn at night awakens with you in the morning. Just 10 minutes invested in your mind can reprogram your brain. So every night becomes a step toward growth. Prime your brain before sleep and wake up a little wiser. Explain the power of environment and routine, how your surroundings teach your brain to rest. Overhead shot. Alex's room is still bright, cluttered desk, messy bed. He looks around, takes a slow breath, then smiles softly. He switches off the ceiling light, turns on a warm amber lamp, folds his blanket neatly, opens the window. A gentle breeze flows in. Thermometer on screen shows 65-degree Fahrenheit 18s. Soft sounds of rain or ocean waves begin to play in the background. And then Alex realized sometimes what keeps us awake isn't the noise in our head, but the chaos around us. So he began to redesign his space. Time-lapse transformation from a messy, noisy room to a calm, dim, minimalist space. Alex places his phone across the room, replaces it with a small alarm clock. He exhales slowly, closing his eyes. Text appears softly on screen. Your brain connects context to behavior. Our brains link environments to actions. If your room is full of light, noise, and clutter, your brain believes it's still time to stay alert. But when the space grows dim, still, and clear, your mind instantly receives the message. It's time to rest and restore. When your room looks like rest, your body listens. Close-up details. Alex pulls blackout curtains closed, thermometer steady at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. White noise hums softly. He sets his alarm, turns off the lamp, and the room fades into quiet darkness. On-screen list appears. Temperature, 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees. Darkness, 100%, blackout curtains. Sound, low or consistent. Routine, same sleep and wake time. Narration, steady, intimate, inspiring. A completely dark room, cool, gentle air, soft, steady sound, and the same rhythm to sleep and to rise. These small details may seem ordinary, but they create a ritual for deep rest, a signal for your brain to heal and your mind to rebuild itself. Alex lies down and closes his eyes. The camera pans slowly upward as the room darkens. Cut to an animated brain glowing faintly, neurons repairing and reconnecting. When you clear your space, you clear your mind. Fade out. Connect nightly gratitude and reflection with the brain's rewiring process during sleep. Late at night, a soft amber desk light glows. Alex sits quietly with his notebook open, pen in hand. No phone, no noise, just stillness and the rhythm of his breath. The camera zooms in on a blank page as he writes, "What went well today? What I learned. What I'll improve tomorrow." And then came the final habit, a small one, but it changed everything. Each night, Alex wrote just 3 simple lines: what went well, what he learned, and what he'd improve tomorrow. Close-up of his handwriting. The camera slowly transitions to an animation of Alex's brain, soft light blooming across the prefrontal cortex. Background sound, the soft scratch of a pen, steady breathing, and faint ambient music. As he wrote, his brain began to respond. Gratitude and reflection activated the prefrontal cortex, the brain's learning center. Just a few minutes of mindful writing sent a clear message to the mind. These are the thoughts worth keeping. Animated sequence. Alex sleeping peacefully. Inside his brain, glowing neural pathways form, connecting brighter and stronger. Soft text fades in. Your last thoughts shape how your brain rewires overnight. And as he drifted into sleep, those few sentences became instructions for his brain. Neural connections strengthened, positive memories stabilized, and his mind learned how to rest, how to grow. Alex smiles in his sleep. The room fades into darkness, and his brain glows softly, like a constellation of stars. Each night, when you write with gratitude, you're not just ending a day, you're beginning a wiser version of yourself. Show Alex's emotional and mental transformation, the true reward of his night routine. Morning light slips through the window. A soft glow rests on Alex's face. He opens his eyes, no fatigue, no rush, just calm energy. He sits up, takes a deep breath, smiles. Camera focuses close, sunlight warms his skin, peace in his eyes. Cut to a brain animation, glowing neural connections sparkling like tiny fireworks. A few weeks later, Alex noticed something strange. His mornings felt lighter, clearer, full of energy. Ideas flowed faster, his memory sharpened, and the heaviness that once haunted his mind was gone. Fast montage. Alex working with focus, jotting ideas passionately, laughing with colleagues, moving with confidence. The animated brain shows bright flowing energy, neural links strengthening in rhythm. Text on screen, neural rewiring in progress. But it wasn't magic, it was neuroscience. When Alex changed how he ended his day, his brain learned to heal, store, and create, even while he slept. He wasn't just resting anymore, he was growing. Slow motion. Alex steps outside into the morning sun. He turns back, smiles softly, light glimmers in his eyes. The glowing brain fades into the sunrise. When you learn to end your day the right way, you'll wake up not just refreshed, but rewired, renewed, and alive. End with a memorable message, emotional resonance, and a clear call to action. Split screen. On the left, chaotic night Alex, bright phone light, messy snacks, tired eyes. On the right, calm night, phone off, journaling softly, falling into deep sleep under warm light. The two scenes slowly merge, fading into a glowing sunrise. Your brain is always working, even when you sleep. But the real question is it cleaning up or cluttering up? Try these 5 small habits, just 7 nights, and watch how your mornings and your mind begin to change. The sunrise fills the room with golden light. Alex opens the window, takes a deep breath, calm and ready. The scene transitions into the YouTube end screen, with the text appearing on screen. Rewire your life, one habit at a time. If this helped you, subscribe for more science-based habits that rewire your brain, one stick figure at a time.